All right, finally that minute's over.
That was not a minute. That must have been 45 seconds.
Tasteless, in my mind, that was like an hour long because I just want to get into this next game and see who's going to win. San Zenith, I thought going into this, he's going to be able to absolutely crush the Wind. He played so well in the last group, but the Wind showing his understanding is actually so good. The first game, of course, he did like a terrible all-in, and San Zenith was ready. That's what happens. Sometimes people are ready for all-ins and you lose. Second game, though, the Wind was like, look at how well I understand this game. He transition, great timings on making the roaches to hold. Everything just went his way.
You know what I noticed about it, and this is a sign of any good Zerg player, he had patience.
He certainly did.
He was just like, all right, I'm actually going to focus on my base, and I'm just going to be ready for whatever my opponent throws at me. It's a different style from, for instance, what we normally see with like July Zerg, where he's like, I'm crazy, I'm going to just attack him. At least in some of the GSL games we've seen recently. The Wind, very patient. I think if he does it again this game, could get a win.
He absolutely could. The map is going to be Zelnaga Caverns. I think the last map was a little bit better for this matchup, but still, it's a pretty good map. I mean, we're going to have to see if the Wind has what it takes to actually break through San Zenith once again and go to the top 8. Do you think he does? Do you think he has it?
I think he does. I'm predicting a San Zenith win.
All right.
Are you rooting for the Wind?
I am. I really like Sun's new play, but I'm rooting for the Wind. Go the Wind.
All right. The game is on. Let's get this ready. The Wind against San Zenith. In the red, at the upper right, our Protoss player, he is...
San Zenith.
Tasteless, how do you get your voice to go that high when you say San Zenith? It's my secret. In the blue, at the bottom left, a very old school StarCraft 1 Pro.
TheWind.
Turn StarCraft 2 coach.
Artosis. Did you ever think of maybe singing for a K-pop band? Your voice sounds perfect for it.
I know.
When you go up at the end to say
the problem, Artosis, is I'm so good at so many things that I gotta basically decide. It was this or become, a supermodel.
Yeah.
Or become an astronaut. And it was like, well, you can't model in space.
You want to be an astronaut?
But I can talk about StarCraft.
Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You wanted to be an astronaut as a child.
No, I actually did not. You want to know what I wanted to be when I was a kid?
What did you want to be?
You want to know?
I want to know.
I'm dead serious when I say this. Archaeologist.
I went through a phase where I thought that might be
I saw it up Indiana Jones. I was like, that's what an archaeologist does?
Wow.
It belongs in a museum.
I can see you digging up little relics and being like, why isn't anyone trying to steal this from me? I have a whip. It's like, no, Tasteless.
I just want to say the funniest image you could ever conceive would be me trying to use a whip.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad.
It would be pretty bad.
Did you know that the whip was the first man-made invention to break the sound barrier?
Really?
Yeah, the end of a whip.
That is... You are so fascinated.
I know, man. I know.
All right. So Protoss is going to go for probably the 3 Warp Gate expand. Although we have seen Phoenix's use actually on this map in Code A. And I got to say I was pretty impressed with it.
Yeah.
Now here's a question for you, Artosis.
Okay.
Because I don't see enough Zergs doing this. I know we both played Protoss. I'm the one that sort of played more Terran. You're the one that's definitely played more Zerg. Why are Zergs not taking the gas, the second gas with the drone? Why would you not do that? Doesn't that seem like it's actually the best thing you could possibly do to a Protoss? Protoss needs gas against Zerg.
Yeah.
This is actually not one of our planted questions where I'm like, I just actually know the answer, but I'm asking for the noobs. I'm actually wondering, why would you not take the gas?
Well, here's the thing. You get to save one drone, obviously, if you don't, but people stopped taking that gas when the 1 gas warp gate rush popped up. It's actually more important nowadays to see if Protoss is going to take a second gas or not, rather than steal the second gas, because that warp gate rush is the scariest warp gate rush. If you take that gas, you don't know. Are they going to just play a normal game after that, or are they going to just attack you right away? Whereas if you watch with the drone and see them take the second gas, you suddenly know, okay, even if they're doing the 1 gas warp gate rush, they've already spent extra minerals that they should not have.
Interesting. Sentry is out.
Between that and saving the drone, Tasteless, there's no wonder that no one steals gas anymore in this matchup.
2 more warp gates. We'll get sentries out. And what he's going to do is he's going to get maybe 2 zealots, sometimes 1 zealot. Push out. If Zerg tries to attack, he's going to throw up force fields. He's going to get the Nexus as the warp gate's complete.
Yep. You got it, Tasteless. What a smart guy.
Thank you.
How'd you get so smart?
I didn't ask for these powers.
It's your special power.
But to those
smart.
with great powers, Artosis,
Comes great
comes
responsibility.
great responsibility. Thank you, Spider-Man.
That wasn't Spider-Man, that was Batman.
Are you alluding to the moment where I referred to Carbonite as Kryptonite, and then you actually got the superhero reference wrong?
I knew it was Superman. I don't know how I said
You said,
Batman.
like, that's Batman.
Someone told me. I'm like, no, I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I didn't actually hear
Apparently
you
I
say that
did.
either, and then I was like, oh. All right, Zerg's expanding. Getting 2 spine crawlers. I gotta say, I'm kind of surprised by that decision.
It's an interesting choice, but spine crawlers have a leg up on Zerglings in a lot of ways, Tasteless. They obviously, well, he's going to scout and see that a Nexus is being built pretty much. He may or may not keep those, but by making spine crawlers, you don't have to make nearly as many Zerglings or roaches or whatever. They're useful all game. You can always move them around and stuff. And here's the thing, they don't use up larvae. Yeah, they use drones, but you're saving your larvae, you're making more drones with your larvae, and overall, economically speaking, spine crawlers are pretty decent for your economy. No supply, no larvae.
Interesting.
Quite a bargain for such a strong...
Quite a deal.
thing. Yeah. That is. They have 6 Zerglings or that, well, that's in a lot of ways stronger.
Forge coming up here. Protoss almost always make the forge on the low ground.
Yeah, it just
In
kind
this
of helps
build.
with the wall.
Yeah, you just want more structures kind of in the way.
You show off that you're upgrading too as the Zerglings start by. They like see it going, they're like, oh, I already have my Evo, and then you chrono boost, and he's like, oh, you gotta rub that in.
Zerglings are like, +1 attack. I die in 2 hits from a zealot.
Well, we do have the Stargate making for Protoss.
This is what I do. I love this build.
I know you do.
Getting a Stargate. I'm a Stargate Protoss. Getting a Stargate. After the expansion, get a Void Ray out, get a Phoenix to scout. And what is he making? Void Ray. Yep.
Chrono boost it before the Void Ray starts. Oops.
Yep. A little bit of a boo-boo there.
Getting ahead of himself. And look at this. This is a beautiful little pressure. You get a little group of units as your expansion is finishing. Go and give some pressure to the Zerg. Make him make some units. Void Ray is on the way.
Whoa.
Second Stargate. Oh,
Okay.
this is so cool, so cool,
This
so
is
cool, so
interesting.
cool!
This is so interesting.
I love it. Okay, now, he might switch to Phoenixes, but it's a possibility he will go mass Void Rays. Void Rays are like... They have so much potential that we aren't even seeing yet, Tasus. I truly believe this, that Void Ray is actually like this insane unit. I don't know which one he'll go for, but you can actually just mix in Void Rays with a Warp Gate army, and it becomes so strong. They charge up while the force fields are there, and then suddenly you have fully charged Void Rays plus some Warp Gate units left against whatever their back line is, which is probably going to be Hydras. And it's just, they're actually so awesome.
Void Rays get out of control very quickly.
Yeah.
Now, getting a Void Ray like this, what you can do is oftentimes you can deny an expansion.
And it looks like that's what he's going to try to do. Hydras are on the way, but they're very, very slow. Going to deal a lot of damage to this expansion at least.
And he's got to run.
Flanking with some Hydras.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, beautiful flank. Goodbye, Void Ray.
Now, what's interesting about this is the massing up of Phoenixes.
Ooh, this is just so cool, Tasteless. Either way, this is really cool.
This is going to mess up the rhythm here for Zerg.
I've never seen this exact build.
Same.
It's... You know what's interesting to me is that he only has 4 Phoenixes, and he is getting a Robo already, which obviously he's going to want Colossi to deal with these Hydras. But only 4 Phoenixes after making 2 Stargates. I wonder if he'll make more.
Nice little snipe. I'm surprised he showed it at the number 4. I would have probably waited to get a little bit more. I mean, I might be totally wrong, but we'll see. Taking out a few drones here. All 4 Phoenixes remain alive.
Yeah. Really nice harassment. The Hydras, even on creep, having a hard time catching those Phoenixes. Such a quick unit.
And now he's going to tech the Colossus. You know, I got to say, for only getting 4 Phoenixes and stopping, I would not have gotten a second.
Oh,
started.
absolutely not.
Yeah,
And
I don't understand.
maybe
that.
he just chose suddenly based upon something he saw. He's like, oh, that's a lot of Hydras. I guess I will stop production of that. Which, I mean, that's fine if that's the way you're going to make your decision. But yeah, you obviously don't want 2 Stargates to make 4 Phoenixes. It's like a lot of gas.
Gotta say, look at the creep spread here. Pretty nice from the Wind.
Yeah, you know, this is the type of thing that you expect a head coach to do. He realizes how important it is to actually spread creep, and he's creeping out, man. Well, the continued Phoenix harassment. Corruptors are on the way. That's going to help out immensely against them. Phoenix is not really very good against Corruptors. Colossi on the way.
You know, the issue is going to be the gold bases later on. Can Zerg hold the gold base? Can Protoss hold the gold base? Zerg is actually going to take it right now, it looks like.
Yeah, it's good timing, too. No reason not to take it. His money's starting to go up.
Oh,
You know,
is he
he's got
actually
the
going to
3
expand
bases.
over here?
Who? Where?
Yeah, right there, on your previous screen.
No. Well, right now, we do have 64 probes, 66 drones, so very, very similar quantities.
Very nice, harass.
I tell you, man, a few Phoenixes is so annoying.
Well, I mean, the amount of damage and interference they can cause, I mean, for the Protoss, it's fairly easy. I mean, you just make the Phoenixes, you fly around. They're easy to control. The Zerg has to compensate so much.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a great unit.
You know, he's already bought a lot of Corruptors and a lot of Hydras. In fact, I'm interested to see the actual unit combination that we're going to see from the Wind. He is getting drops, so totally loving those drops. Starting up some Roach production. But what's the overall comp that he wants? The overall composition. You know, does he want to get a lot of Corruptors and then refill? Does he want to just go a normal standard composition? Because these Colossi are going to get pretty scary as more and more pop out.
I think the best approach for Zerg is to always try to win the first battle, kill the Colossuses, then tech the Broodlords.
Broodlord's always a great finishing unit.
Yeah.
And there come the Corruptors.
Very nice.
Finally, one of the Phoenix does die.
Run.
They've been worth their weight in gold, though, so far. Golden minerals.
Colossus on the way. Now this is what you want to do with Protoss. Beautiful. You just take out the creep tumors.
Yeah, you push that back a little bit.
Whoa, big mistake there. Oh my god, this actually has got a game changer.
Yeah, killing off a bunch of Corruptors, damaged them quite severely. They haven't been able to kill a Colossus.
I don't even know what they're doing over there.
I think they were just flying around trying to snipe stuff. He didn't know that Blink was out yet, I believe.
By the way, our studio is so packed.
Yeah, a lot of people here. San taking a 4th base.
Whoa.
4th base for the Wind already up.
Ton of spine crawlers. I like it.
Hive is on the way. And yeah, Spine Crawler, this is actually the right way to go, unless you have the whole map. This is the right way to actually go for Broodlords.
You know, as unexpected as it is to have these 2 players, whoa my god, hold that thought.
This is an awesome move. San Zenith, he's starting to send units back already, realizes that this is going to be a little bit scary. In the meantime, we do have the Corruptors taking out Colossi. Oh, this is just absolutely awesome. Doing a lot of damage in the main base. The Wind really showing his understanding of the matchup. Those Stalkers not doing a great job coming up the ramp.
Yeah,
I just
terrible
with a nice
job.
concave there. And he is taking out a lot,
He actually needs
Tasteless.
to blink up into his base.
And here come the Corruptors from behind, taking out these Colossi. And the Wind showing such high understanding of this matchup. I cannot stress that enough. Great jobs, really abusing the mobility or lack thereof of Protoss.
Oddly enough, San Zenith not blinking on top of this army. And I gotta say, he's sort of fallen apart in the last minute.
Well, Tasteless, the wind is healing him back.
You know what's funny?
It's like awesome.
I was going to say this before the drop occurred. We never would have expected these two here in Code S.
Yeah.
Round of top 16. These guys are playing so beautifully.
They are.
This is one of the best Zerg against Protosses I've ever seen on this map.
Yeah, no, the wind is playing absolutely brilliantly. Here we go. Sun's end up coming down. Now notice no more Colossi. During all of this, the Colossi, they got sniped. The drop slowed him down. The wind does have more supply, but it's pretty close, 154 to 138. Now, the thing is, with no Colossi in there, or just one, his Corruptor's still going to be very good. The Spine Crawlers he already put up going to be a great defense because there's no units to outrange them. And he's refilled a lot of his supply with Zerglings, which are going to be quite useful. They're very quick. Get right up next to those Stalkers because there's not a lot of Colossi out. This is just great choices by the wind. In the meantime, Psystorm on the way and the Dark Templar building on the way. Dark Shrine, that's what it's called.
That's what it's called, Artosis. What are you doing?
I call it Pillar of Invisible Death, Tasteless.
Well, I don't know what Protoss' plan is to deal with the Brood Lords. Oh, is he? Oh, yes. On the preview screen, yeah, he is making the Void Rays.
Yeah, and it's a smart move. I mean, if he doesn't have a lot of Corruptors out, Void Rays kill them very, very quickly. Oh, nice catch there on an Overlord trying to get a drop gone.
All right, it's time. Brood Lords.
Now he's just going to have to be careful to keep enough Corruptors to take out any Void Rays.
There's a DT over here.
Oh, nice move with the DT. Couple DTs
this
being
is
spread
exactly
out.
what Sanzet needs to do to buy time. Bring the army back. And actually, the wind is not reacting.
The wind is trying to get some Spore Crawlers up, but
he may have to give up the gold base for now.
Yeah, he may indeed. These Void Rays are coming in, though. This is going to be the important part. Are there enough Corruptors around to take out these Void Rays?
The Nexus goes. Oh, I was going to say it goes down. Not quite. Now it will.
And unfortunately for the wind, I have not seen Corruptors yet, Tasteless, and Sun Zenith going to be able to come back. Those Void Rays were complete heroes.
This is a big mistake by the wind. Well, maybe not if he gets this Nexus, but his army is going to be boxed in here. The problem, though, the big question for the wind is, can he hold on against the counterattack?
Exactly. And Burrow movement. Where's the Observer?
It's not there.
No, it's not. And, oh, man.
He's actually just going to go for a counter right now.
Yeah, he is. And it may work. We're going to have to see. The wind's still very high supply, but these Void Rays have been just so deadly tasteless.
The supply, the wind at 185, Sun Zenith at 150.
Good usage of the Corruptors.
All Zerg has to do is buy time. He has more bases. The income will pay off.
Yeah. Now, I do want to point out one thing. The wind, look at this, just awesome moves. Really punishing Sun, making Sun retreat, buying time for the wind to re-macro up. But the wind this game, you know, that first attack with the Broods, that amount of Broods and that amount of Roaches will kill that Protoss Max that we saw, as long as he has just a few Corruptors to take out just a couple Void Rays that erase like 7 Broods so far. So a big mistake there. We're going to have to see, can he deal with it? Here we go. Moving up, the Corruptor's coming in. Corruptor's going to be so important. He needs to target down these Void Rays immediately.
The Void Rays are getting charged up, though.
They are.
And he's retreated. He's going to lose the Corruptors. Colossus stays in the battle. Actually, man, I don't know. If Sun Zenith can pull this off,
it looks like he may be able to.
So focused on his army. Notice how much he's blinking. He's doing a beautiful job. If he can take this hatchery out, go down, take out the other one, that's all he needs to do. Oh my God, this game is insane.
It is absolutely insane. A lot of Roaches still being made, but really nothing to deal with Void Rays yet. And that's the problem. He's got to be able to deal with Void Rays.
Sun Zenith is being very conservative, does not go for the other base. He wants to even it out and try to secure the gold.
Sun Zenith finally does have an Observer trailing down with his army.
These two are so good.
They are tasteless.
Sheesh. Okay, he's doing it once again. This angle not favorable for the Roaches.
No, it's not.
That storm could not have been better.
Great Burrow movement there, riding at the Psystorm.
I can't believe he's actually engaging with these Roaches. There's something to deal with the Void Rays.
Yeah, I think he's getting a little bit scared.
It's gone.
Colossus is gone, but these Void Rays dealing insanity damage. Just so much damage so quick in these roaches, but more roaches are coming in. San Zenith trying to hold with beautiful, beautiful blinks. Just keeps moving forward. The stalker number is getting smaller, but no! He right-clicked on a stalker. The stalker blinked away. The roaches walk through and get absolutely slaughtered by all those free hits. And San Zenith has cleaned up that army, but there is more on the way. Supplies very close, 80 to 94. San Zenith in the lead. These Void Rays being worth the entire Zerg army at this point.
Yeah, I mean, he's just not dealing with the Void Rays.
No, he's not. San Zenith getting his third base up again. The fourth base of the win, trying to get back up.
Now look at the supply now. Roughly 100 food for San Zenith, 80, well now 90 supply for the win. But he's got to keep the gold base. Zerg is nothing right now without that gold base. San Zenith is playing very cautiously.
Wow, this is actually, I feel like this is almost an upset. The Wind seemed to outplay him this game, but just made a very small mistake in not having anything to deal with those Void Rays right when they first popped out.
Well, he threw those Corruptors away in that small moment.
More Roaches coming out, some Queens being used to try to take out the Void Rays. Can they snipe them? A lot of heals going on.
A lot of transfusions. He needs to get rid of these Void Rays. Void Rays retreat. The gold base is gone.
More Zerglings run up. This is actually very, very close.
Now, it's only...
Can he get the last Void Ray?
It escapes.
He's got 10 kills.
Now he needs to keep these Queens alive, and gone. No, transfusion.
Oh, the Void Ray goes down. Zergling's trying to clean up this Archon. It's doing a great job taking the damage.
Remember that San Zenith had 2 Stargates. He can remake Void Rays very quickly now.
Doesn't really have the economy to do that at this point in time. GG, San Zenith advances by a millimeter.
He's so good. What is this bizarro world I live in where San Zenith is suddenly like,
well,
so good?
You know, that is quite a feat. He did play brilliantly, but I need to talk about the Wind and how that actually what we saw from the Wind there, Zerg players, this is what you want to emulate. The Wind played basically a perfect game until one tiny mistake. He had 5 broods, and then he had 4 or 5 broods during that attack on the gold base, and then he had just a small handful of corruptors, 3 or 4 corruptors. Now, if he had not turned those into broods and instead kept those with the Roach brood army and taken care of the first 2 Void Rays with those corruptors, and or made some more corruptors immediately to take out those first 2 Void Rays, 100% he wins that game. 100%. Completely outplayed San Zenith until that point in time. I'm sad for him because such just brilliant, almost perfect play.
You know what's crazy about it is it's a game where they both played so perfectly that it was like one tiny mistake ended it.
The smallest
and by the
margins.
Way, San Zenith, when he lost his gold base and the other mineral base, I thought it was going to be over. I was like, he's going to counterattack and fail.
There was just never a counter.
Microed so well, it was insane. We're going to have an interview with San Zenith now, see how he feels, ask him some questions.
Yeah.
And we're going to throw that up for you guys in a minute here. San Zenith played so damn well. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well.
All right. Let's go ahead and look at that interview now. We will get that translated for you.
그림 같은 집을 짓고 네 서경환 캐스터입니다. 서경환 캐스터입니다. 죄송합니다. 노래 부르느라고 좀 긴장했어요. 이 분명히 오늘 굉장한 실력 보여주게 되면서 결국에 8강의 집을 지었습니다. 강철선 축하드립니다.
고맙습니다.
Congratulations, San Zenith.
소감이 지금 굉장히 떨고 계세요.
네.
감회가 남다를 것 같은데 코드에스의 8강까지 올라온 소감.
3시간 때는 부담
How do you
없이
feel now that you're in round 8?
3시간 때 제가 솔직히 별 기대도 안 했어요. 그래도 부담 없이 경기를 해가지고 좀 괜찮게 했는데 이번에는 좀 제가 기대한 것 같아서 좀 긴장을 많이 한 것 같아요. 플레이가 좀 약간 좀 많이 못한 것 같아요.
지금도 옆에 보는데요. 이렇게 떨고 계세요.
I'm
긴장이 됐다.
really looking forward to getting to round 8 this season. I was really nervous before the
첫
game.
번째
Happy to get this
경기에서
far.
상대방의 회심의 땅굴망의 의도를 완벽하게 파악하고 잘 막아냈습니다. 그때 좀 놀라진 않으셨나요?
연습할 때 땅굴망이랑 바퀴쇼브 위주로 막는 연습을 해가지고 충분히 데뷔를 할 수 있었어요.
그렇군요.
Were you surprised by that night of
이어지는
game 1?
2경기에서는 패했지만 3경기 이제 상대방에게
So his training partners used the nice rim rush a lot, so he wasn't
이
worried.
이후에는 연결체가 파괴되면서
Or surprised.
이제 궁지에 몰리는 게 아닐까라고 생각했는데 결국에는 무사일생으로 살아났거든요. 그때의 심정은 어땠나요?
처음에 황금 미나야 모티가 깨졌을 때 졌구나 생각이 들었는데 그냥 공허 4개가 대박을 일으켜가지고
네.
운이 좋아서 승리할 수 있었던 것 같아요.
그렇군요.
When he lost his gold base, he really actually thought he lost the game, but you know the void race kept him alive, and
잘 막아냈고요.
thank God for
자,
that.
이렇게 해서 이제 본인 최고 기록인 8강에 진출을 했습니다. 자, 그렇다면 이제 결승까지 올라가고 싶은 그런 마음이 있을 텐데 앞으로의 각오.
What is your next goal here at the GSL?
끝까지 가고 싶지만 제가 제 실력을 알기 때문에 지금 8강으로 일단 만족을 하고 8강부터 상대가 누구든 열심히 준비해서 좋은 모습 보여드릴게요.
그렇군요. 네,
I would love to get to the finals. I know I'm not good enough to do that, but I'm going to try my best to get that far.
네, 강초원 선수.
Modest guy. I like San Zenith.
Yeah,
San
no,
Zenith.
I like him a lot, but again, I cannot stress enough that I really feel like TheWind had that.
I know. No, he did have that.
Yeah.
But
So
he
that must
didn't
be
deal
why
with the
I feel
void
that
race.
way then.
That must
Thank
be
you,
why.
Dr. Tasteless.
It must be why.
So it's too bad. It's just the smallest. But I'm thrilled that this head coach is showing you, hey man, if you're a head coach in StarCraft 2, you get it. He gets it.
It's actually amazing sometimes that the coaches just grasp the game sense so much more than some of the players.
yeah. It's not like every coach. Like some of the head coaches are more of a managerial position, but
more of a mentor. But
yeah.
he's actually like, no, this is how you play the game. San Zenith. San actually means mountain in Korean.
It's our third Protoss up there. In fact, if Trickster, aka Soki Su, wins his match, we're gonna have a Protoss in the finals.
Little artosis cough there. I've been working in the coal mines all day.
Yeah. So this next match is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
That way, Tasteless.
It's going to be very
It might
important.
force a Protoss into the finals of this tournament.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Yeah, that would.
Because we'll have one whole side of the bracket.
We're going to have a 5-minute break, guys, so don't go too far. We'll be back soon.